Manjushri. What is the equanimity of the Bodhisattva? Vimalakirti. It is what benefits both self and others. Manjushri. To what should one resort when terrified by fear of life? Vimalakirti. Manjushri. A bodhisattva who is terrified by fear of life should resort to the magnanimity of the Buddha. Manjushri. Where should he who wishes to resort to the magnanimity of the Buddha take his stand? Vimalakirti. He should stand in equanimity toward all living beings. Manjushri. Where should he who wishes to stand in equanimity toward all living beings take his stand? Vimalakirti. He should live for the liberation of all living beings. Manjushri. What should he who wishes to liberate all living beings do? Vimalakirti. He should liberate them from their afflictions. Manjushri. How should he who wishes to eliminate afflictions apply himself? Vimalakirti. He should apply himself appropriately.
Vimalakirti. How should he apply himself appropriately? Manjushri. How should he apply himself appropriately? Vimalakirti. He should apply himself to productionlessness and to deconstructionlessness.
No, I think that's destruction, not deconstruct.
Deconstruct. Thank you. Big difference. Destructionlessness. Manjushri. What is not produced and what is not destroyed? Vimalakirti. Evil is not produced and good is not destroyed. Manjushri. What is the root of good and evil? Vimalakirti. Materiality is the root of good and evil. Manjushri. What is the root of materiality? Vimalakirti. Desire is the root of materiality. Manjushri. What is the root of desire and attachment? Vimalakirti. Unreal construction is the root of desire. Manjushri. What is the root of unreal construction? Vimalakirti. The false concept is its root. Manjushri. What is the root of the false concept? Vimalakirti. Baselessness. Manjushri. What is the root of baselessness? Vimalakirti. Manjushri. When something is baseless, how can it have any root? Therefore, all things stand on the root, which is baseless. I really love all the backward steps, but once we got towards the end of them, I started like my mind was just swimming. I couldn't really grab hold of them.
Okay.
I think it's Donna.
Did you want to read it again?
I vote for that
use
too.
a deeper understanding of that. Yeah.
I'm also wondering, should we do it with two people?
Oh, we talked about that,
like a
didn't
play,
we?
like a play with two
Yes.
different characters.
How about-
Melissa brought it up. Yes.
How about Donna and Ed?
Okay.
Yep. Pick a spot to start.
Which Ed who do you want to be?
I defer to the woman in the room who's speaking. Pick your character.
I don't know. Doesn't matter to. I'll ask the questions. You can be the wise one. What is the
Got you fooled.
what is the compassion of the Bodhisattva?
It is the giving of all the accumulated roots of virtue to all living beings.
What is the great joy of the Bodhi figures? I can't say the word.
Bodhisattva.
Bodhisattva.
It is to be joyful and without regret in giving.
What is the equanimity?
Equanimity. Yeah.
Equanimity? Or
Equanimity.
Equanimity. What is the equanimity of the Bodhisattva?
It is what benefits both self and others.
To what should one resort when terrified by fear of life?
Manjushri, a bodhisattva who is terrified by fear of life should resort to the magnanimity of the Buddha.
Where should he who wishes to resort to the magnanimity of the Buddha take his stand?
He should stand in equanimity toward all living beings.
Where should he who wishes to stand in equanimity toward all living beings take his stand?
He should live for the liberation of all living beings.
What should he who wishes to liberate all living beings do?
He should liberate them from their afflictions.
How should he who wishes to eliminate afflictions apply himself?
He should apply himself appropriately.
How should he apply himself appropriately?
He should apply himself to productionlessness and to destructionlessness.
What is not produced and what is not destroyed?
Evil is not produced and good is not destroyed.
What is the root of good and evil?
Okay, I lost myself. So what is the root of... Okay. Gotcha. Materiality is the root of good and evil.
What is the root of materiality?
Desire is the root of materiality.
What is the root? Oops, no, I lost my place. What is the root of materiality? Oh, you said that.
Yeah, I did that already.
What is the root of desire and attachment?
And see, I was looking at your thing. What is the root of desire? Unreal construction is the root of desire.
What is the root of unreal construction?
The false concept is its root.
What is the root of the false concept?
Baselessness.
What is the root of baselessness?
Manjushri, when something is baseless, how can it have any root? Therefore, all things stand on the root which is baseless.
Do you think he's ending up with emptiness?
Kind of looks that way, doesn't it?
Does to me.
I disagree.
Okay.
I think that the construct is something that, just as an example, let's say that I want you to perceive me in a certain way. and I will try to behave in a way so you can perceive me in such a way. That is a construct because I'm not just being myself. I am twisting myself into being something that I'm not in order to. So the thing is that I think it's like water, that we are like water, and the construct is whatever a glass or a bottle, a bowl, anything that can hold water. What is the shape of the water? Is it the shape of the glass, the bottle, or the bowl? No. Water is shapeless. But the bowl, the bottle, and the glass are constructs.
I like that last thing.
I guess I was thinking of unreal construction is the root of desire. So I've created some belief in my head that's given, that this desire is, now I'm making this belief, and then that's going to be what I take forward into the world instead of it being, just an unreal part of my mind. I read this thing that was on Carl Jung this week, who he was saying that 95% of our drivers and the way that we organize our stuff is from the subconscious. That we're really only getting like 5% of real world interaction, and then everything else is this construct in our head. So for me, I kept feeling like that it was this dropping that construct thing was the thing that I like attached to, or I grabbed hold of, like, ooh. Anyway.
Yeah, I've been worried about what's left if you drop it.
Yeah.
Because we've lived with that thing so much that we've constructed that like we're holding on to with dear life, whatever that expression is, for dear life.
And I'm wondering what in actuality is not a construct.
Well, this will be volume 2, our dialogue.
There's a lot in that dialogue, man.
Isn't there?
A lot.
It's beautiful. And think, imagine that he's talking to the Bodhisattva of wisdom.
Yeah.
Not talking to the guy on the street.
And Manjushri has a sword too.
What do you mean he has a sword?
Oh, when you see representations, figures of Manjushri, he has a sword, but it's a sword to cut through with wisdom. He's not hurting anybody.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah,
Good to know.
He's
yeah,
aimed at
big teddy bear.
delusion.
Okay, Emily, should we go on?
Sure. Thereupon?
Yeah.
Thereupon a certain goddess who lived in that house, having heard this teaching of the Dharma of the great heroic bodhisattvas, and being delighted, pleased, and overjoyed, manifested herself in a material body and showered the great spiritual heroes, the bodhisattvas, and the great disciples with heavenly flowers. When the flowers fell on the bodies of the bodhisattvas, they fell off on the floor. But when they fell on the bodies of the great disciples, they stuck to them and did not fall. The great disciples shook the flowers and even tried to use their magical powers, but still the flowers would not shake off. Then the goddess said to the venerable Shariputra, "Reverend Shariputra, why do you shake these flowers?" Shariputra replied, "Goddess, these flowers are not proper for religious persons, and so We are trying to shake them off.
The goddess said, "Do not say that, Reverend Shariputra." Why? These flowers are proper indeed. Why? Such flowers have neither constructual thought nor discrimination. But the elder Shariputra has both constructual thought and discrimination. I think Anna's next.
Sorry.
Reverend.
Reverend Shariputra, impropriety for one who has renounced the world for the discipline of the rightly taught Dharma consists of constructual thought and discrimination. Yet the elders are full of such thoughts. One who is without such thoughts is always proper. Reverend Shariputra, see how these flowers do not stick to the bodies of these great spiritual heroes, the bodhisattvas. This is because they have eliminated constructual thoughts and discriminations. In the same way that evil spirits have power over fearful men, but cannot disturb the fearless, those intimidated by fear of the world are in the power of forms, sounds, smells, tastes, and textures, which do not disturb those who are free from fear of the passions inherent in the constructive world. Thus, these flowers stick to the bodies of those who have not eliminated their instincts. Therefore, the flowers do not stick to the bodies of the bodhisattvas who have abandoned all instincts.
Can you do those last two sentences again, please?
We got to scroll up a bit for him.
I would say the whole paragraph, please. I'm sorry, but this is so over my head.
This is a great paragraph.
So we want to start with in the same way the evil spirits. Is that where we want to start?
Our Starlight, did you want to start earlier?
If that would be possible, I would greatly appreciate it.
Of course it's possible. Okay.
Thank
I think
you.
we started with shaking off the flowers. Reverend Shariputra, why do you shake these flowers? Shariputra replied, Goddess, these flowers are not proper for religious persons, and so we are trying to shake them off. The goddess said, Do not say that, Reverend Shariputra. Why? These flowers are proper indeed. Why? Such flowers have neither constructual thought nor discrimination. But the elder Shariputra has both constructual thought and discrimination. Reverend Shariputra, impropriety for one who has renounced the world for the discipline of the rightly taught Dharma consists of constructual thought and discrimination. Yet the elders are full of such thoughts. One who is without such thoughts is always proper. Reverend Shariputra, see how the flowers do not stick to the bodies of these great spiritual heroes, the bodhisattvas. This is because they have eliminated constructual thoughts and discriminations. In the same way that evil spirits have power over fearful men, but cannot disturb the fearless, those intimidated by fear of the world are in the power of forms, sounds, smells, tastes, and textures, which do not disturb those who are free from fear of the passions inherent in the constructive world. Thus, these flowers stick to the bodies of those who have not eliminated their instincts for the passions, and do not stick to the bodies of those who have eliminated their instincts. Therefore, the flowers do not stick to the bodies of the bodhisattvas who have abandoned all instincts. This reminds me of the koan about the two monks and the beautiful woman, and the one monk picking up the woman to carry her across some obstacle, either a muddy road or a stream. And he carries her across and lets her down on the other side. And then the other monk says to him, "You broke a precept. You touched a woman." And the monk says to the other monk, "I put that woman down a long time ago. Why are you still carrying her?" I mean, to me, this speaks to that.
Okay, I like that. Thank you.
Can we go, I did back up. I want to just look at that one thing in that paragraph, the last paragraph, Donna. Because the thing about he's really saying that the way I'm reading it, that you that you shouldn't eliminate the instincts for the passions. They stick to the bodies, those are the bodhisattvas, of those who have not eliminated their instincts for the passions. So you still have instinct for the passion. And the ones who have abandoned all instincts, like Anne said, is the one who follows the precepts, kind of does the right thing, but then carries the idea of the woman.
No, I take it, I understand it just the opposite of that.
Okay.
The flowers sticking to the bodies are the man who's still carrying the woman in his mind.
It's kind of a metaphor for clinging.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
like,
no-
yeah, if you cling to form, sound, smell, taste, then the flowers cling to you.
And what he underlines in there, I think, is that if you're free from fear of the passions, because he still says it's inherent in the constructive world, but I don't think he says that you may not be subject to those things, but if you're not dwelling in fear of those passions, then those flowers don't stick and you got it made, or you move forward to the next riddle.
What is the meaning of discrimination? Because I understand construct, but discrimination, I don't know what they refer to.
I thought it was like discernment.
Yeah.
I was thinking it goes along, I mean, to me, it's lumped with, it's put in the same sentence with constructual thought and discrimination. So they're similar.
There's a dualism to discrimination.
Right. Discrimination is saying yes to one and no to something else. Discriminating between this and that, as opposed to seeing things as
One unified thing.
Oh, okay, thank you. That makes sense. And by the way, I want to ask, the thing about duality is that you divide the world into black and white, good and evil. or whatever, two different things, right?
Right.
So basically, this is saying the world is not black and white, it's gray.
Or
Well, I think it would be better just to leave it with not black and white.
Well, that's, I was just trying to put an example of how the world works, the as is.
I was reading something yesterday or the day before just about, everything is one and it's the same problem. To say it's one is not two, but one is, it's just enough to say not two. Should we go on?
Then the venerable Shariputra said to the goddess, Goddess, how long have you been in this house? We got to roll up. The goddess replied, I have been here for as long as the elder has been in liberation. Shariputra said, Then have you been in this house for quite some time? The goddess said, Has the elder been in liberation for quite some time? At that, the elder Shariputra fell silent. The goddess continued, Elder, you are foremost of the wise. Why do you not speak? Now, when it's your turn, you do not answer the question?
Oh,
Shariputra,
here we go, another.
since liberation is inexpressible, goddess, I do not know what to say. Goddess, all of the
Syllables.
syllables pronounced by the elder have the nature of liberation. Why liberation? Why? Liberation is neither internal nor external, nor can it be apprehended apart from them. Likewise, syllables are neither internal nor external, nor can they be apprehended anywhere else. Therefore, Reverend Shariputra, do not point to liberation by abandoning speech. Why? The holy liberation is the equality of all things.
Does anybody understand that?
I take it to mean just what we said previously, is that it's not two.
Understood.
You can't, it's neither internal nor external, but that's what we've got to deal with, internal and external. And
You're reminding me of math. The different ways that you can say the same number. You can say that 2 is 1 plus 1, or you can say that 3 minus 2 is 1, or 3 minus 1 is 2, or 2 minus 4 is another 2. So you have infinite ways of representing any number.
And all of them are true.
Correct. They are all the same number. So it just reminds me of that.
Yeah.
Anybody thinks they're gonna need an aspirin after that, or a Tylenol? This is a workout for the mind.
All you need is a good Merlot.
Okay, Donna.
Where did we end? Here?
Yeah.
One
Goddess.
second. Do you want to do the two of you again? You and Ed?
Yeah, I like that myself.
Okay, I will unmute. Just for gender equity, you can be the goddess and I'll be Saraputra.
Okay, I'll be the goddess.
Okay. Since liberation, wow, somebody didn't like that idea. Since liberation is inescapable, no, inexpressible. Okay, since liberation is inexpressible, goddess, I do not know what to say.
All the syllables pronounced by the elder have the nature of liberation. Why? Liberation is neither internal nor external, nor can it be apprehended apart from them. Likewise, syllables are neither internal nor external, nor can they be apprehended anywhere else. Therefore, Reverend Saraputra, do not point to liberation by abandoning speech. Why? The holy liberation is the equality of all things.
Goddess, is not liberation the freedom from desire, hatred, and folly?
Liberation is freedom from desire, hatred, and folly. That is the teaching for the excessively proud. But those free of pride are taught that the very nature of desire, hatred, and folly is itself liberation.
Excellent, excellent, goddess. Pray, what have you attained? What have you realized that you have such eloquence?
I have attained nothing, Reverend Satraputra. I have no realization. Therefore, I have such eloquence. Whoever thinks I have attained, I have realized, is overly proud in the discipline of the well-taught Dharma.
Goddess, do you belong? Whoa. Goddess, do you belong to the disciple vehicle, to the solitary sage vehicle, or to the great vehicle?
I belong to the discipline vehicle when I teach it to those who need it. I belong to the solitary sage vehicle when I teach the 12 links of dependent origination to those who need them. And since I never abandoned the great compassion, I belong to the great vehicle, as all need that teaching to attain ultimate liberation.
Nevertheless, Reverend Shariputra, just as one cannot smell the castor plant in the magnolia wood, but only the magnolia flowers, so, Reverend Shariputra, living in this house, which is redolent with the perfume of the virtues of the Buddha qualities, one does not smell the perfume of the disciples and the solitary sages. Reverend Shariputra, the Sakras, the Brahmas, the Lokapalas, the Devas, Nagas, Yaksas, Gandharvas, Asuras, Garudas, Kimnaras, and Mahoragas, who live in this house near the Dharma, from the mouth of this holy man, and, enticed by the perfume of the virtues of the Buddha qualities, proceed to conceive the spirit of enlightenment.
Reverend Shariputra, I have been in this house for 12 years, and I have heard no discourses concerning the disciples and solitary sages, but have heard only those concerning the great love, the great compassion, and the inconceivable qualities of the Buddha.
Okay, Reverend Shariputra. 8 strange and wonderful things manifest themselves constantly in this house. What are those 8? These 8. A light of golden hue shines here constantly, so bright that it is hard to distinguish day and night, and neither the moon nor the sun shines here distinctly. That is the first wonder of this house. Furthermore, Reverend Shariputra, whoever enters this house is no longer troubled by his afflictions from the moment he is within. That is the second strange and wonderful thing. Furthermore, Reverend Shariputra, this house is never forsaken by Sakra, Brahma, the Lokapalas, and the Bodhisattvas from all the other Buddha fields. That is the third strange and wonderful thing.
Furthermore, Reverend Shariputra, in this house, one always hears the rhythms, songs, and music of the gods and men. And from this music constantly
Excuse
resound.
me, I'm sorry, but you skipped a paragraph.
Furthermore, Reverend Shariputra, this house is never empty of the sounds of the Dharma, the discourse of the 6 transcendences, and the discourses of the irreversible wheel of the Dharma. That is the fourth strange and wonderful thing. Furthermore, Reverend Shariputra, in this house, one always hears the rhythm, songs, and music of the gods and men. And from this music constantly resounds the sound of the infinite Dharma of the Buddha. That is the fifth strange and wonderful thing. Furthermore, Reverend Shariputra, in this house there are always 4 inexhaustible treasures, replete with all kinds of jewels, which never decrease, although all the poor and wretched may partake of them to their satisfaction. That is the 6th strange and wonderful thing.
Furthermore, Reverend Shariputra, at the wish of this good man, to this house came the innumerable Tathigatas of the 10 directions, such as the Tathigatas Sakamuti, Amitabha, Aksuba, Ramatsari, Ratamarkis, Ratanachakanatra, Ramanyavahaya, Duprasha, Savarita Varisata, Prabhupratana, Simihantra Santa Nidhi, Simihaga Hosa, and so forth. When they come, they teach the door of Dharma called the secrets of the Tathagitas and then depart. That is the 7th strange and wonderful thing. Furthermore, Reverend Sariputra, all the splendors of the abodes of the gods and all the splendors of the fields of the Buddhas shine forth in this house. That is the 8th and strange wonderful thing.
Reverend Saraputra, these 8 strange and wonderful things are seen in this house. Who then, seeing such inconceivable things, would believe the teaching of the disciples? I'll be goddess this time if you want to continue to read. Donna, can you be Saraputra? We'll just do this last paragraph.
Sure. Goddess, what prevents you from transforming yourself out of your female state?
Although I have sought my female state for these 12 years, I have not yet found it. Reverend Saraputra, if a magician were to incarnate a woman by magic, would you ask her, what prevents you from transforming yourself out of your female state?
No, such a woman would not really exist. So what would there be to transform?
Just so, Reverend Saraputra. All things do not really exist. Now, would you think, what prevents one whose nature is that of a magical incarnation from transforming herself out of her female state?
No, no, such a woman would not really exist. To what would there be to transform?
Just so, Reverend Saraputra, all things do not really exist. Now, would you think what prevents one whose nature is that of a magical incarnation from transforming herself out of her female state?
I love the goddess. I'm just loving her teaching.
Me too.
She's on it.
She is with it, really.
Thereupon the goddess employed her magical power to cause the elder Shariputra to appear in her form, and to cause herself to appear in his form. Then the goddess transformed into Shariputra, said to Shariputra, transformed into a goddess, Reverend Shariputra, what prevents you from transforming yourself out of your female state? And Shariputra, transformed into the goddess, replied, I no longer appear in the form of a male. My body has changed into the body of a woman. I do not know what to transform.
The goddess continued. If the elder could again change out of the female state, then all women could also change out of their female states. All women appear in the form of women in just the same way as the elder appears in the form of a woman. While they are not women in reality, they appear in the form of women. With this in mind, the Buddha said, in all things there is neither male nor female. There was a teacher at the Art Institute of Chicago who hypnotized her students to be of the opposite sex than they were. My son didn't like that. He was in her class, so he just kept himself from being hypnotized.
You missed an opportunity.
I'm sorry, what?
Sorry, he missed an opportunity to become the goddess.
Yes.
Okay. Then the goddess released her magical power, and each returned to his ordinary form. She then said to him, Reverend Shariputra, what have you done with your female form? Shariputra, I neither made it nor did I change it. Goddess, just so. All things are neither made nor changed, and that they are not made and not changed. That is the teaching of the Buddha. Shariputra, Goddess, where will you be born when you transmigrate after death?
Goddess, I will be born where all the magical incarnations of the Tathagatas are born. Shariputra. But the
Emanated.
emanated, like animated, emanated
Come
incarnation.
from, yeah.
Incarnations of the Tathagata do not transmigrate, nor are they born. Goddess, all things and all living beings are just the same. They do not transmigrate, nor are they born. Shariputra, Goddess, how soon will you attain the perfect enlightenment of Buddhahood? Goddess, at such time as you, elder, become endowed once more with the qualities of an ordinary individual, then will I attain the perfect enlightenment of Buddhahood. At such time as you, elder, become endowed once more with the qualities of the ordinary individual, then I will obtain the perfect enlightenment of Buddhahood. Shariputra, Goddess, it is impossible that I should become endowed once more with the qualities of the ordinary individual. Goddess, just so, Reverend Shariputra. It is impossible that I should attain the perfect enlightenment of Buddhahood. Why? Because the perfect enlightenment of Buddhahood, because imperfect enlightenment stands upon the impossible. Because it is impossible. No one attains the perfect enlightenment of Buddhahood.
Shariputra, but the Tathagata has declared the Tathagatas, who are as numerous as the sands of the Ganges, have attained perfect Buddhahood, are attaining perfect Buddhahood, and will go on attaining perfect Buddhahood. Goddess, Reverend Shariputra, the expression, the Buddhas of the past, present, and future, is a conventional expression made up of a certain number of syllables. The Buddhas are neither past, nor present, nor future. Their enlightenment transcends the 3 times. But tell me, elder, have you attained the state of Arhat? Shariputra, it is attained because there is no attainment. Goddess, just so. There is perfect alignment because there is no attainment of perfect alignment.
No, enlightenment.
Oh, perfect enlightenment, attainment of perfect enlightenment.
Then the Lichavi Vimalakirti said to the venerable elder Sariputra, Reverend Sariputra, this goddess has already served 92 million billion Buddhas. She plays with the super knowledges. She has truly succeeded in all her vows. She has gained the tolerance of the birthlessness of things. She has actually attained irreversibility. She can live wherever she wishes on the strength of her vow to develop living beings.
I think this is a great place to stop.
Okay.
So let's make note. It's page On the PDF, it's page 166. Who would like to share?
I will.
Thank you, Starlet.
I haven't written anything, but I have a thought. And my cat does too. um, I there's sometimes some people say that knowledge is learned better when you're hit or when you are suffering, having to, your teacher's hitting you. And I think that today we have proven no, knowledge is better acquired through laughter.
Thank you. Who would like to go next? Miss Anne.
This goes along with Starlet's thought. Shariputra arrives at the entrance to the party, serene and magnificent. A few errant jasmine blossoms on his shoulder, the knee of his breeches, and a few in his dark curls. He strides, no, floats into the throng of revelers. The goddess arrives in a cloud of golden light, without a stitch, jasmine and orange blossoms eddying in her wake. As she descends the steps into the crush of the gods, devas, lokapalas, nagas, brahmas, etc., all eyes turn to follow her down to the marble dance floor. Shariputra, noticing by his companion's distraction, turns and is immediately covered in blossoms.
Thanks, Anne. Next, Mr. Ed.
Of course.
Yeah.
Got that one. Thank you, Cassie. When perception of left, of right becomes a joy, I can't read my own writing. When perception of left, of right becomes a belief in joy, it leaves me skinless, and I walk in the blood of my shadow, passing down trauma as the family name, resolute with faith in being deliberately incomplete. Some things in life are uninvited distractions, others are welcomed guests. Spirits inhabit and depart through flesh and bone, reincarnations to test words and phrases, calculations of meaningless sums. I gaze bewildered at all the studied adaptations to love, blessed in those moments where I don't pretend to understand, since I never thought to ask if leaves have a fear of falling. Learning nothing is ever really a problem. It's just stress within a situation that I decide to create.
Thank you. Next.
Yeah, I'll go. The backward step, the backward step, then the backward step of that one, then the backward step of that one, and so on until you get to no separation, no singularity. Developing the habit of curiosity, but do so without the agenda of making a judgment. Making something small enough to put it on a shelf, give it a name, give it a gender. There is no need to make things smaller in order to comprehend vastness. Greed is the root of good, and greed is the root of evil. Desire is the root of greed. All thoughts are constructed. We develop false concepts for that not to be true, because we believe that if all thoughts are baseless, then we are only left with the vastness or oneness of us all. If we still carry fear, then this fundamental connection will feel ungrounded instead of the very ground itself, the ground at the bottom of the ocean. Everything we construct is built on shifting sands because we are in the action of building it. Who lives like that? We do.
Thank you, Cassie. Emily, you look like you're going to read.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I said, Luna, the white pit bull, drags her 10-year-old boy by the pink leash he has clipped to her collar. The years in her jeans have thickened her neck. He cannot help her yanking. Luna, this way, Luna, he calls to this muscled little moon. But Luna cannot help but pull and grin. The sun is out, and she loves the feel of the heat on her skin, the way the air touches her with tenderness. She sees another being walking her way in sunglasses and a smile. She cannot help herself. She so badly wants to sniff the stranger's hands and lick its fingers. All this we know because the boy jerks forward and back on the brink of indecision. He believes in his determination to keep Luna walking in a straight line down the road. He does not predict the power of compulsion. The boy wants for Luna to be a calm, sweet old moon trotting quietly behind. His palms burn from the pulling, meeting just another being on a sunny road, just to bump noses, just to say hi, just to smell and taste and feel the very seconds of being alive. Luna is a galaxy of love. The power of her pull delights the passers-by and teaches this would-be bodhisattva.
Nice, thank you.
Luna, the galaxy of love. Ooh, well done.
Donna, do you want to share something?
Sure, I will share. Okay, let's see. Go. So this was the first iteration where I said I wanted an image of a dot of color to which all beams of all colored lights extend from. The dot should be placed on the bottom line of the rule of thirds. So it did it like a photograph. Then I asked.
Wait, are you going to share the image?
Am I sharing? I thought I was.
No,
Hold on.
no, you're not yet.
Oh, hold on. I see I'm not. Now I am.
Wow.
That's my first iteration.
Enlightenment there.
Then my second one, I said I want it to be watercolor. Keep the dot on the bottom third line. I want 1,000 times as many beams of light radiating from the dot in all directions. And I wanted it to be watercolor. I'm not sure this is as dramatic. Then I wanted the same, but I wanted to switch to without light. Not quite what I quite envisioned. I wanted real darkness, almost like the sky, with very thin light beams of light. That was it.
Thank you.
Yeah. And you did that with ChatGPT?
And she uses a different one. What do you use,
I did
Donna?
that. I did it with Copilot. Because I don't know if ChatGPT charges you if you have to have a paid version for images. But with Copilot, you can do images for free.
Nicely done. Thanks.
And I can share. I was in Wisconsin this weekend, and one of the people I was with is the head baseball coach for the University of Michigan, and he has been doing TikTok, and he gave me training on TikTok, which is just phenomenal. And he gets close to 1 million hits per. He's doing TikTok lessons on various aspects of baseball, like how to slide into a base. And he has a professional crew that photographs him doing this thing, and then but anyway, so he encouraged me and gave me all these hints about doing that. But I'm going to start to do that. Not about baseball, but anyway, if you could give me permission to share.
About to say, I want to see you rounding second, sliding into third.
I told him I was in Little League and I couldn't hit the ball, but I could steal bases. And I was so short that I squatted down so there was no strike zone. So I walked every time, and then I stole my way around, and they'd throw the ball to second, but the second baseman couldn't catch it. So then I could go to third, and I had this whole routine for the whole year. I had a lot of fun. Okay. So I'm going to actually read these things out loud as well as show them. When can two people really agree about anything? Maybe when they are both fully realized, which has got to mean that they know they aren't quite there yet. Why? Because not knowing is the ultimate realization. And those are supposed to be flowers all over them. And also they now have sexes and sex, and but they just switched.
And is the cat the no, what the cat's probably their Zen master, huh?
Who?
The
There's
cat.
a dog at the bottom.
Oh, it's a pig.
Hey.
Yes, it's a pig.
Okay,
A kosher pig,
Oh, good.
of course.
just in case you wondered.
I was looking to see if it was circumcised, but okay.
Okay, have a great evening, everyone. I just love what we're doing so much. Thank you.
This is good.
I did
Thanks,
too. It's a
everybody.
real pleasure to be with you.
And we get to see Starlet. Yay.
Hey,
Have a wonderful time.
Oh, and I'm going to send you, I have to find it, but Nagarjuna did a whole thing on not one, not two, both one and two, neither one and two. And I'll send it to all of you, but it's in this encyclopedia of Buddhism. I'm going to have to find it, and then I'll send you the link. And it's the best description I found all about the math thing that you were asking,
Nice.
Starlet. Yeah. Now I wrote it on my to-do list, so I'm not going to do it tonight. But
I look forward to
for
it.
some funny reason, the plane from it happened once before, from Madison to Austin goes through Charlotte, North Carolina. So I've been around the country today.
Wow, today. All right.
Yeah, today.
Somebody failed geometry in geography at school.
Okay, take care.
All right.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, Friday night. Friday night. Don't miss Friday night. It's the
The
movie
movie.
at 7:30. I'm going to send an announcement tomorrow too, but it's the movie about Robert Kennedy, the Zen priest,
Oh,
Jesuit priest, Zen master. Yeah, he's just phenomenal. It's a wonderful movie. I saw it a few weeks ago, and it's not even available yet, but they're going to show it for us.
and we can see it by Zoom, or you have to be.
Yes, yes, yes. As we will see it by Zoom, we'll be in the same
Okay.
playing field. Yeah. Yeah, they don't give me the password or anything. They're just going to show it for all of us.
Oh, nice.
Kim, remember you asked me if I felt that a contradiction between Zen and Catholicism, and I told you I didn't. I feel vindicated.
Wait, why? Oh, because he does both?
Yeah,
Oh, yes. But the
I
Jesuits is a really unique group of Catholics.
they are.
They were kind of rebels to Catholicism.
They were sent to
They always have
Japan.
been.
They were sent to Japan to learn about meditation.
Yeah.
The thing is that they have always been rebels. Sadly, we lost it was incredible that a Jesuit got to be the Pope.
He talks in the movie about how many feathers he ruffled when he
Oh,
first started transmitting.
Every established religion needs a traitor.
And when yeah, he's a really a dynamo. I think you'll really love him.
I can't wait to watch the movie.
Okay, take care.
Bye.
Bye.
You
You too.
You still coming, Emily?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah. All right. See you.
See you then.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.